Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakam Bakapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful that pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video, and Brother Shakal, we've been posting up some of these articles. There was another one on BitChute that I was going to show, but I decided not to show that one, because YouTube a bit sensitive, But the main points is what I'm about to bring out here anyway. I said, Brother Shakal, we covered some of these videos already, but it's important to get this information out there, man, as much as we can, because we're in that time. Okay, the MOTB is something that's gonna, come upon this earth real soon, and the fact that all these institutions or whatever, are delving deeper and deeper into these C hips and brain technology and all these types of things. It's just a sign of the times, man. Okay, it's evidence that prophecy is being fulfilled, right? And these things are being spoken about and discussed more and more and more, and it's just a matter of time until we see these C hips, these MLTBs rolled out en masse throughout the whole earth. So we got here you from the European Investment Bank, right? It's a science fiction to science fact, right? So the man said it's fact. We ain't making it up. The man said it's fact, right? It says new graphene brain insertions to treat neurological disorders, right? So always on the face of it is to help mankind and to ease man's suffering and whatnot, and make create convenience to mankind or whatever, right? All the good stuff. They don't really talk about the negative stuff too much, right? That's private discussions people have, behind closed doors. But what they really want you to get on board with is the usefulness of these technologies, and what it could mean, how it could change, mankind's life for the better. That's what they really want you to focus on. All right, so so they're attacking the neurological disorders, how they can heal you, right? With this is Esau's miracles, man, through his technology. All right, on the carnal level, okay, which ain't nothing special. The Lord was doing it about all this madness, and it was complete. It was whole. Man will fully, he, he could keep, man could keep his legs. He didn't have to put bionic legs or whatever, or have something put inside his brain or whatever. No, he was just made whole. But anyway, it says the idea of implanting computer chips into human brains has a long history in science fiction, right? Because when we begin about elders and apostles, when the elders and the brothers, speaking about these things, yeah, because it was in the realm of science fiction, it sounds crazy. Oh, it's conspiracy. Oh no, they ain't gonna want to do that. They ain't gonna do that. That's just the movie. You watch too many movies, man. You're bugging out, right? But it's funny how all these things that appear in movies are now appearing in real life, because it's an ambition. It's an ambition that they're showing on the screen. The ambition of the elites, what they want to achieve. And albeit they might not have the means to do it then, and they could only, show it or do it in a movie. The reality is, man, they've been working behind the scenes for this, to manifest these things. And now, we're coming into those times where, more and more things are being manifested. And this is one of them, So it's no longer in that realm of fantasy where man could tell you, oh, that's a conspiracy theory and whatever. Now it's there in your face. It's being done. It's out there. So it's just a matter of time. Things that were considered a conspiracy are now things that are, part of everyday life and it's actually going on. All right. This is a quick search of the Internet Movie Database reveals that there are at least 55 movies and television shows featuring brain implants. Yeah, right. Now, however, chip implants in the brain are set to join a growing list of technology that has gone from science fiction to science fact, and perhaps within a decade bring revolutionary solutions to meet a growing medical need. Spanish startup InBrain is about to start human trials of an implantable brain C-hip made of graphene, a highly conductive revolutionary material that's 200 times stronger than steel and only 1 atom thick. Like I said, I remember the brother Shakal, he was going into this article. I said he's the one that posted it up, so you can watch that video too, right? But like I said, these things are not fantasy or conspiracy anymore. These are things that are being developed, real life, okay, real money going into it, right? The great advantage of graphene is that it allows to us to make a minimally invasive, highly biocompatible on-chip system that has incredible sensitivity and neural signal resolution with low power requirements. That was always the one. Oh, how are they going to power these things? And or you know, low power heat sources, right? It always told you, man. They reckon in the hand, between the finger and the thumb, that flesh part there, and your forehead is a, they generate heat, right? And they're the best place to put those heaters because they require some sort of power supply, and it's going to come from the heat, right? So it requires low power. You don't need to hook it up to a battery to keep it charged, right? It don't need to be exposed maybe to solar rays or for solar power or whatever. It can be done through heat. All right. This is what other companies, including Elon Musk's Neuralink, right? Because that's keeps getting pushed out to the forefront because Elon's a celebrity in this world. Right, supposed to be the smartest and richest man in the earth. He's the modern day fucking Iron Man. So he out there getting pushed, and he like I don't know, like a friendly face, I guess. People like Elon, for whatever reason, for the most part, right? And so they if he's promoting it, it must be good because he cares about humanity, right? They got a face for that, for the movement, right? For the agenda. So while other companies like Elon Musk's Neuralink are also working on brain implants, InBrain's use of graphene sets it apart, and it has helped it secure breakthrough device designation from U.S. Medical treatments regulator, the Food and Drug Administration. Right? Again, these guys are involved. The designation paves the way for an expedited approval process, and is reserved for new devices that represent a breakthrough or offer a reasonable proof of significant advantages over existing alternatives. All right, there's a lot of talk about this material and this substance during the pandemic. Whether it's true or not, but it's coming out more and more that these things may have been likely. So you the thing is, right? You're never gonna know the depths of what Esau was doing. We can only speculate, right? But we know this man's the devil. So there's high probabilities that man was doing these types of things during that time, that dark time, during that crazy time, right? So don't put it past this devil. And although we can't, without 100% prove that he was doing anything, right? The proof is going to be in the pudding at the end of the day. All things shall be revealed, right? And what this devil was doing behind the scenes. All right. So let's read this part. It says graphene is essentially a single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a hexagonal. Okay, you think about it, the 6, right? The number 6, right? Lattice structure, 1 million times thinner than the width of human hair. It is two-dimensional. It is a two-dimensional material with exceptional mechanical, electrical, and thermal. Mentioned the heat thing, right? Properties: optically transparent, yet so visually transparent. You can't see it. Apparently, optically transparent, yet dense enough to be impermeable to gases and exceptionally strong. It sounds like some super substance, man. Sound like a real life venom. Venom, right? It says it is a miracle. Where we got then, right? Miracle material, right? So they're deeming it a damn miracle, man. This material. It's like my man found vibranium or something. This is some mad material with mad properties that can be used for so many different things. Programmable and stuff. Remember, yeah. So it is a miracle material with great potential in a number of fields, including electronics, energy storage, and biomedicine. Bio, right? Body medicine, right? Okay. In-brain system on a chip contains skin-like neural interfaces made of graphene and a wireless rechargeable neural processor that, together with advanced machine learning software, enables neural signals to the brain to be mapped, decoded, and modulated. The system can identify irregular electrical signals in the brain, which indicates. So here's the sales pitch, in which the case of Parkinson's disease cause uncontrollable shaking, rigidity, and postural imbalance. It then emits electrical pulses to modulate these and thereby control symptoms in real time. In the future, the system will also be able to decode thought-to-speech in patients with post-stroke aphasia or other paralyzing disorders. All right, so they're pumping money into this, man. All right, them man are excited to use this technology, right? I feel like I've read something like this before. I probably have, obviously. That this isn't the first of its type. This article, but I remember they mentioned depression, right? The potential impact of this technology for the treatment of neurological disorders like Parkinson's and also potentially epilepsy, depression, or even speech impairment. Brother went into that too. You know, is remarkable. For this reason, we are proud to offer support for this company. I mentioned before in another type of video like this that neurological disorders, man, that's a kind of vague and kind of broad term, right? Because who deems if something is a neurological disorder? Like, is something wrong with you, right? Is there something wrong with you? Is your beliefs something to do? Is that a neurological disorder? Your beliefs, you know, your morality or whatever. If you don't agree with certain things, you don't agree with you know, the flame of society, you know, is that a neurological disorder? Is there something wrong with? Is something wrong with us? Because we don't agree, or you don't want to listen to the government or these such things, you know. Is there something wrong with us? you know, they can quite easily, broaden that if they want to, and they probably will. You know, these people believe in God, but there's no proof. They're just crazy. All things like this. They could do that because all these things once in the past were, you know, that they allow today with neurological disorders, and they can flip and change that whenever they feel like it. You know, so that's they can do that. All right, but that's enough of that. As I said, brother's done I know Shakal has at least. I know probably other brothers have done videos on this too, but let's just jump into the scriptures in it, right? So we're gonna hear Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field." I mean, he's sneaky, right? He knows how to catch his prey. He knows how to go about things to undermine people and deceive people. He knows how to get his shit done, right? So obviously he's not going to come out and tell you, yeah, we want, we were developing this technology for this, that, and the other for the evil agendas. They're going to give you the plus side of what is capable of with these technologies, and like I said, they'll show that off to the world and how they can make a man walk and see and think, text, and all this type of things. Yeah, of course they're going to do all that, but realistically, these types of technology is expensive, right? We talk about transhumanism and all the upgrades that a man could get in the future and that kind of stuff. You really think that the common person is going to be able to afford those types of things? The technology that is being developed to like extend life and increase strength and all this kind of stuff, that's not for the average Joe. That's if that's going to be obtainable, that the elites are going to have access to that, right? Because they can afford it, right? You're not going to be on the radar for that. Just like you can't go on, a regular person can't go on Virgin Galactic, right? Yeah, it's a space show that anyone can, if you got the money, can pay, get on it, but you can't afford it, so you're never going to get on it to see nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's for the rich. For the elites, right? It's the same thing with these different technologies. Yeah, they'll showcase it off and they'll have people come in and do trials and just to show off the technology and make people believe in their ability to perform miracles or whatever. But beyond that, you really think that you're going to be able to afford these bionic arms and legs and fucking CPUs in your brain and stuff like that, and dealing with these interfaces and whatever. You think you're gonna afford that? You're about to get put on universal basic income, bro. You ain't you ain't affording shit. That stuff is off limits to you. You know, you ain't gonna have a job. You ain't gonna get paid. Well, you're gonna get UBI. That's it. You know, your basic needs. All right, and this stuff is simply not for you. But anyway, so yeah, that was just a pipe dream that they're selling you to get you on board, right? To believe that, oh yeah, one day, yeah, if I need this and that, I can, you know, receive it. But no. Hold on 1 second. I think I got a delivery. One moment. All right, back. Right. So yeah. So the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, and this is Esau, right? He the cunning hunter. All right. So he knows what to do to sweeten you up and to deceive you, to beguile you, right? So that he can move on with these plans, right? Oh, that's another thing as well. Back here, he tell you, where he told Eve here, like, you eat this fruit and you shan't die and all kind of stuff. So he'll tell you all these things safe and it won't be used for nefarious purposes and all this kind of stuff. You could trust us and whatever, but you can't. You can't ever trust Esau. You can't trust the enemy, because he is the enemy of all peoples on the earth. He is the enemy. All right. It says here in Sirach 12:10, never trust thine enemy, for light as iron rust, if so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And doubt shall be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Right. So no matter what face Esau puts on, no matter how much he smiles in your face, or corrects the way he speaks, he don't call you a Negro or nigger no more. You know what I'm saying? He's cleaned himself up, right? Make himself more approachable, more palatable to the world. Like he ain't the same fucking villain that he was this whole time while he's been going around this earth, conquering and destroying people and stealing people's lands. He's the same guy, all right? But he got a suit on now. He kisses babies, and he calls you Negroes, citizens, and all this kind of stuff. You black people now. You're not niggers no more. You're just black people. I mean, you're valuable members of society now. That's what Esau say to you, right? This is verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and he sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Here's the next point, right? 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He's looking at a way to bring you down, right? So he'll lie, he'll smile on your face, he'll help you out. If it forwards his goals, if it forwards his agenda, he will do those things. So it makes it look like he's a nice guy. But in his mind, the whole time he was scheming on you, man, setting up traps, setting up a snare. Okay, and this is one such thing. These C hips, man. Right, that's his mark. He's MOTB, right? He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, right, this isn't for your benefit. It's for his, right? He said, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Because when he's in that position, he's gonna be able to show himself for who he truly is. Right now he's got to play it careful. It's Psalms 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. He waging war against all the peoples of the earth, man, and against the Israelites especially. Because there's no one person that he hates more than the Israelites. He has a perpetual hatred for us, man. And if he can have us all take his mark and be destroyed because of it, or to enslave us for forever, he will do that. He will do that. He wants to do that. All right. It's Psalm 64 verse 2 says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? These counsels are of the elites are in secret, right? You don't get to see what they talk about behind closed doors. And you might say, oh, it's conspiracy, the things that we come up with because there's no proof. There isn't going to be proof. There isn't going to be any evidence. You know what I'm saying? We know in the spirit that these things are going on because it's fulfilling prophecy. These men are here, written in the scriptures, doing what they're doing, right? And it's what they're doing is manifesting, in the world, okay, which is all written here in the scriptures. So we know it's going down, without a doubt. But you can't appeal. You want the evidences. Well, that's why it's a secret. It's kept behind closed doors, so you can't see, so you can't know. They don't want you to know. They want you to believe it's just science fiction. It's in a movie somewhere. Until it's not. Until it's in your head, in your hand, or whatever. That's why you people are gonna get caught unawares because you're not watching. You're not paying attention. You think life is just I don't know what word can I use, like like you think life's just a game. It's just something that goes, everyone's innocent and no one's trying to do anything, and it's just coincidentally happening, and no, it's not, right? It's all organized, all orchestrated, it's all designed the way it is, right? These rich and elites are real powerful people, and they are running shit in this earth, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh on the left hand side. It's all written here, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right. This is hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. Okay, this is what's in their mind. Okay, whatever they, despite the things that they speak out in the open to make you feel comfortable with them, and nothing bad is happening, in their mind they encourage themselves in an evil manner. This is what they discuss behind closed doors when you're not around, when the public or the press is not there to listen in on. All these private meetings, or these rich and powerful, these corporations and whatnot, right? So they encourage themselves in an evil matter, not a good thing, not a good matter, an evil one. They commune of laying snares privily, because he's more subtle than any beast of the field. This is whole MO is to bring about this agenda, right? To ensnare humanity. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them, right? Because you don't believe it, even though, like I said, they put it in the realms of fantasy. So you make it, makes it seem like it is just only fantasy, but it's not. It's just what I say, truth is stranger than fiction. These guys are actually doing this. It's not just in a movie or whatever, in a book somewhere. Some people write these books, right? And there's a whole bunch of information that comes out. But no one wants to believe it because it's just too dark and too sinister for people to want to believe it, man. That's got to be fantasy, right? How could this be going on? Well, if you know, innit? And that's why these elites know what's going on, and they laugh at the people, man, because they're ignorant. They're in darkness, and it just goes to show how good of a job that they're doing, and they love it, that they get off on it, man. They can throw bits and pieces out there, and it just goes over your head. Oh, that was good. That was good entertainment. That was a great movie. Not knowing that people are getting kidnapped, and children are going missing and stuff. But you ignore all this shit. People fucking get experimenting on this shit. You know what I mean? What's going on? All right. Anyway, this is verse 6. They search out iniquities. That's all they're about. Searching out iniquities. They're not out here to be helping people and helping the world and this and that. So they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? Because they have the resources to do this digging, to do this research, to find out how to do things. All right. That's what I want from that. So, what we got left? Daniel chapter 8 verse 25 says, and through his policy also he should cause craft to prosper in his hand. right? And this is true in the same time too, right? Esau's creating all these technologies and these policies and rules, and that he's changing these laws and whatever, especially with these global um, you know events that are taking place right now. He's able to shift how things are done, what's expected of people in the world in response to these things, or he expects of you. You know, like I said, he's having people. Hold on 1 second. Okay, back again, right? So, what was I saying? All right, so yeah, so during these global events, he's getting you to stay inside and keep a certain distance apart and wear masks and to do all these things. If you weren't doing these things, then there was repercussions. Certain men were losing these jobs during this time and so on and so forth, right? Couldn't leave the cities that they were living in, and that's all kind of. And they're moving forward with those types of things, where you got those 15-minute cities that they're organizing and doing in certain places. All right, so they're moving on with progressively, what's the word I'm looking for? Adding on to the policy that they've already kind of made. You know, so it says, and through his policy, he should cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he should magnify himself in his heart, because they're getting prouder by the moment, by the way, because they're getting so close to fulfilling their agenda. So their pride is increasing, right? And by peace shall destroy many, right? So the offer of safety and protection, okay, when the shit hits the fan, that he can protect you and he can, provide you with food and water and medicines and whatever. Okay, it's gonna sound like he's the savior, man. That's what it's gonna sound like. He's gonna provide you with the means to survive, and he can protect you. He can give you food and water. And all you gotta do is take this sea hip. Sounds like a bargain, doesn't it? You know. So it's going to be a no-brainer for a lot of people. All right. And the next part is going inside out. So I'm just gonna skip that bit out. But like I said, this is for another time. But I believe this is somewhere Antiochus, I believe, right? But same thing is true today. And Yahushua is going to come again and mess this guy up, man. Destroy all these plans. Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? So this is what we're seeing. And I had forgot that I had that here. The video that brother posted up, right? Why the system can power and communicate with tiny devices inside the body. All right. So like I said, all this technology is being worked on right now, ready to be implemented into the earth. Lots of money getting put into it. She's got huge potential, right? So, that's what they want to do, and they got options, man. They got this, the brain roots, or they can put it in your hand. But here it is in these last days. This is what we should be seeing. This is what we should be hearing about, and that's what we are hearing about, right? These things that can go into the head and into your hand. Right? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. So we know that you can operate buying and selling through these RFIDs, right? Because we're using them now. They're just not in our bodies right now. They're in our phones, they're in our credit cards, debit cards, and Oyster cards, travel cards and whatever. They're all over the place. And so we know they have the ability to do these things. And once they shut down this financial system as it is now and replace it with a new one, and like I said, they be giving you universal basic income, and that they're all going to be there's going to be prerequisites for you to continue receiving those things, right? And they're going to want to like I said, it's digitized, so they're going to want it embedded in these technologies, man, so they can track and monitor everything, right? So they're going to require you to take these C-hips in order to do that, for you to have access to that, right? So again, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So you have to have it, otherwise you won't be able to buy or sell. You're not gonna have access to your UBI and all that kind of stuff. You know, it says or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so they're gonna be prerequisites for you to be able to get anything in that time. Okay, when it comes. It's First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. So from when they shall say peace and safety, right? Because you're gonna feel like, you're gonna believe in what they're offering, right? And once you got it or whatever, you think that you're good now, that you're gonna be taken care of, and you ain't got to worry about it. You got the, you're in in certain concentrated areas, away from maybe violence or whatever, certain regions or whatever, and you can receive your rations and stuff because you got the MOTB. Right, you're probably gonna think that you're good. You got the military protecting you, or whatever. You're gonna be, think that you're good, that you're gonna be all right. Right? But it says, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? So anyone that sides with Esau and believes in these technology and these promises, these miracles or whatever, okay, you're gonna be, sorely displeased at the result of it, right? Because he's leading you all to destruction. All right, he's leading you all to destruction, man. Anyone that sets sides with Esau, okay, is going to be destroyed, right? As per Revelation 14 and 9 here, right? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hands. So you think it's a good idea to get yourself hooked up with one of these, whether it be in your head or in your hands or wherever for that matter, right? Just know this, right? So the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture. So it should be strong, right? Into the cup of his indignation, which is his righteous anger, right? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be burnt up, right? Especially those in America, man. You're going to become part of the lake of fire, okay, when those missiles hit, right? And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen to those that take that mark, right? I think it's a good idea to, trust in this enemy, okay, to trust in the serpent, not to trust these Edomites, man, because that's what they are. They're the wicked, So as much as they're gonna sell it to you and how great it is and what it can do, what good it can do for mankind, these men ain't here to do good. Okay, they think nothing but evil devices, man. All right. So I'm gonna end it there. Lord, this has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.